The FIA Formula 3 Championship makes its way down under. It's the Australian Grand Prix and we're underway. This is going to be a very special race. Welcome to Albert Park, Melbourne for FIA Formula 3's sprint race. Overcast conditions with a few bits of dampness on the track means slick tyres in FIA Formula 3 are going to be very, very exciting. Hello everybody, welcome to all of the action for the sprint race here for FIA Formula 3, and we are moments away from the formation lap starting. Alongside me in the commentary box is Omi, and I know you haven't got TV pictures just yet, Omi, but nice to have you up here in the comms box, and it's going to be a fun day of action as we get ready to go racing. Hi.
Indeed. It's been absolutely phenomenal, Formula 3 in Bahrain. It was especially the sprint race. So I think we're going to be in for something similar here today as well. 3 weeks after some exciting action. Let's have it all over again. Then. And then, of course, you've got Christian Mansell starting in third, the Australian driver, hoping that he can do something good on home soil. Let's see what he's going to be able to do. But this is going to be an absolutely incredible Formula 3 race.
Laurens van Hopen starts on pole position for this one as we start to get underway. Overcast conditions, no sign of rain coming in, but I've been in Melbourne enough times to know when it's going to start raining. Here's your grid then. Laurens van Hopen starts on pole position. Martinez Stanshaw starts in second. Christian Mansell is P3. Ollie Goethe starts in fourth position. Arvid Lindblad is in fifth. Mari Boyer starts in sixth. Luke Browning is seventh. Nikita Bedrin, P8. Nikola Solov has a 3-place grid penalty for running into another driver yesterday. He's ninth. Nina Bogdanovic starts 10th. Then it's Gabriel Mini alongside Leonardo Forlaroli. Joshua Durfek alongside Charlie Wirtz. Sebastian Montoya 15th. Noel Leon starts in 16th. Alexander Dune was that driver who got crashed into yesterday. He's 17th. Santiago Ramos 18th. Casper Sutra is in 19th. And then we get Max Esterson 20th. Zagazita 21st, Chiminazzi 22nd, Callum Vossen 23rd, alongside 24th position on the grid for Interprovozak. Then Sophia Flörsch, Metakafu, Wisnicki, Shields, Loke and Smith lines up 30th on the grid for this sprint race. And I think as well we're going to be in for that positions. You've got the TV pictures now. Thanks to Josh T for that, because we tried to get them on my laptop, they didn't work. So I tell you what, actually, I've just realised something. Considering that Omi's the only one in the commentary box, we can do something a bit unusual here. Omi can actually see me for a change up in the commentary box. Hi Omi, are you alright? Yeah,
lovely to see you finally as well. And I'm actually able to see what you're doing as well, how much you're moving around and all sorts of stuff. Lovely.
Well, ideally, eventually, when we have a bit more funds coming in, there'll be a separate device doing the streaming rather than my laptop. So that's how it's going to work. And then this, you'll see me all the time on the Discord camera in the comms box as well. So that's how it's going to work going forward. So you'll be seeing a lot more. But yeah, hi to Josh T as well in the pits, who's just finished IndyCar streaming as well. Thanks, Josh. How was it, by the way, IndyCar?
It was pretty good. It was the slowest 3 hours of my life. It dragged and dragged and dragged, but it was good to see the IndyCar out on track, as well as the formation lap is underway.
And away he goes, Laurens van Hopen. Staller on the grid, though, for Christian Mansell. He has not gone away from his grid position. Has he managed to pull it forward? They're not having to move just about. Yes, he has. He's rejoined and will be able to regain his third position alongside that of Mari Boyer. And that was a bit close, but overcast as well. I think as well, Omi, we're going to be in for an exciting race. The track is damp, slick tyres, Formula 3 cars. Oh boy, they're going to be sliding everywhere.
They are going to be sliding absolutely everywhere. We had this in the F2 sprint actually last year, where it was damp and they were sliding all over the road. In the F3, it remained dry, but we had cars flying over the curbs. We had all sorts of stuff going on in the F3 sprint, and I'm sure we're going to get the same thing here as well. As they're making their way through on the formation lap, let's see how Martinez Centron is going to get on from second position as well. And Lawrence Van Hopen after a brilliant performance in the sprint, but let's hear from man second, Martinez
We
Centron.
came from Bahrain, we didn't even qualify in the top 20, so yeah, already we've done a good job, I think, placing ourselves a lot higher up, and yeah, we will try to do the best we can.
There's definitely going to be some kind of degradation, so you have to really take care of the rear tires, I would say, but not as much as Bahrain for sure. So it's going to be same in the rears in the beginning, and then after the end you can start to push. Also, there will probably be some safety cars, so we'll see with that as well.
20 laps ahead of us, and hello to Charles Fan, who's giving us a try on the comms. Hope you enjoy it and synced up with your TV pictures as well. We're just getting the correct lap counter sorted because we have a total of 20 laps ahead of us. And it was still set to that from Bahrain, so just getting used to it there as well. And fingers crossed it's going to be an exciting race. We'll refresh that timing tower throughout the broadcast so it stays relevant. It should automatically update, but sometimes it sticks every now and then with the usual procedures. But it's 23 laps for the feature race tomorrow. Today's sprint race is 20 laps. It's 105.56 kilometres. And the tension begins to rise. The fans are just making their way into the stadiums. It's a packed out, full venue here. And it's only, I believe, 11 hours back. It's only 11 a.m. over there. Yeah, looking at the clock, so nice and early. And a full day of action. Formula 3, then we get the F1, then we get Porsche, and then we get, Porsche, then we get V8 supercars, and then we get Formula 2, Formula 1 quali, and the final, I believe, supercars race at the end of the day. Then Sunday, Grand Prix Sunday. And now, Omi, we saw this last year, it's the biggest pressure. A street circuit like Albert Park for these juniors, the pressure mounts up, and is sitting on the grid waiting for 30 cars. The tyre temperature's dropping and everything.
It absolutely is as well, and some of these drivers not really driven around the street circuit, and also from Bahrain to Australia, much less hours of testing. Let's see how they tackle then the second round of the championship, the third race of the season. It's about to get underway.
Pole position for Lawrence Van Hopen. Steinshaw alongside him. Last two cars pulling into position. The Marshal, she's at the back of the grid to wave the green flag, and then it'll be all eyes. 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. Lights out, race on in Australia. It's a great start from Steinshaw down towards turn 1, but look further back as well. Goethe has to cut across. He's alongside now. Lindblad into turn 1. Lock up coming on the inside line, and there's a big lock up further back. One of the MPs just about riding the curve further back. That looked to me coming back. It was Dune who was coming through. Down towards turn 3. Van Hopen, Steinshaw, Mansell, Goethe, Lindblad. And then Murray Boyer trying to go around the outside of Lou Browning and nearly succeeded and does so. Great little move there, side by side. And further back, Browning's going to really give battle. He's off the track, almost jumping over the curbs. Boyer's not giving up on this one. Side by side through turn 7. That wall comes out a little bit closer. Picture breaks up ever so slightly as we come down in towards turn 6 and 7. Now through the new turn 8 section. And they're still battling for position as we reach the open stretch. No DRS until lap 2, but they've all got through cleanly. And now they're still making moves only around the outside. As we see Fornaroli trying to pass Solov.
Yep, Fornaroli trying to get past Solov. Lawrence Van Hopen had a little look up at turn number 3. He was able to hold the lead. Great stuff by Steinshaw as well. Goethe didn't get away too well. Lindblad was all over the back as we see Fornaroli trying to go round the outside of turn number 9. Brave stuff.
He's caught Solov napping completely, and he's now having to go defensive. Solov under complete pressure now from Gabriel Mini, as we see Browning still in a battle from Boyer as they come down. Boyer around the outside now. He's also trying to bring in as well Nikita Bedrin into position. There's battles everywhere you look on the circuit. The two teammates now coming side by side as well. At the further back on the track, that's going to be Gabriel Mini and Leonardo Foloroni coming into it as we complete lap 1 of 20. Across the line we go then, down towards turn number 1. 1 of 20 laps complete. We're on to lap 2 as we surge into the first corner. Further back, side by side battles. DRS has been enabled, and yeah, Solov's still under pressure. Meantime, everyone's going everywhere trying to work it out on the side of the track and towards the first corner. Contact between the 18 and the 5, and the 18 on the grass, losing 2 positions there.
Yep, absolutely. That was Esterson making his way up against Sammy Mega Tunif there, and they're all making their way through now down towards turn number 3, all still battling and all over the road, and they're still all, as we see one of the Rodin Motorsports trying to dive up the inside, and that is really, really close between all of them as they make their way through. As that's Callum Voisin trying to throw a nose in there. The Van Amersfoort staying ahead as they push on lap number 2, and they're all still very close together, all still giving it. They're all getting so close to one of the high-techs run wide.
Is that now? Was that Bedrin? Is it Bedrin? No, it's down in the order, so it's 16. That is going to be Glenn Shields, the Scot who crashed yesterday in the practice session, brought out the red flag as Bogdanovic trying to go right round the outside, down in turn 12 as well. This is over 12th position with Solov, and he's got through. Solov has been mugged twice in 2 laps in the same part of the track, and now Joshua Durst coming through on the inside line as well. Unbelievable. Bogdanovic having to go defensive from Solov, and the MP's further back under pressure as well as Zakazita tries to pass Dune, and this is action everywhere you look. So we've got Van Hopen leading the way still.
Van Hopen is in the lead, but you've got 4 DRS zones to utilise around this circuit, which means Stenchorn is going to be all over the back of Laurens Van Hopen down towards turn number 1, with Mansell also waiting in behind with Goethe there as well. Into turn 1 we go, and Martinez Stenchorn following very closely, and he could have an opportunity to try and take the lead, and Laurens Van Hopen was all over the road to turn 1, and Stenchorn's going to have an opportunity.
He's going to go around the outside down towards turn 3. Van Hopen's going to give him a little bit of a nudge, but that's not going to be enough. Breaking late on the inside line, that's going to be Van Hopen going in deep. Steinshaw gets the comeback. He'll go around the outside and try and do a Villeneuve on Hill. Can he make it stick? He's off the track. Jumping over the curves on the inside line, coming through turn 6. Van Hopen keeps the outside line and shuts that door, but now he's under pressure from Mansell. The 2 ARTs working together, and Mansell coming under the attack now from the back. Goethe's coming involved, so is Lindblad. Unbelievable stuff.
Unbelievable stuff indeed. The 2 ARTs have found themselves together in the Bahrain sprint race, find themselves together now here in the sprint race in Australia. Fastest lap of the race for Browning, but with the DRS, they're all getting so close, and here comes Goethe trying to get past Mansell all the way around the outside again.
And Steinshaw's going round the outside and has taken the lead away from Van Hopen, coming into turn 12 as well. Fantastic. Bogdanovic has made 2 places up as well. You can barely keep your excitement up. Here's Mansell's radio.
Oh, that was so dangerous, mate.
Mansell's on the inside of his teammate, and he's gone defensive as Van Hopen goes on the inside. Mansell nearly makes contact and does touch the rear tyre of Steinshaw. How did they not lose a front wing? Side by side, Lindblad gets ahead of Goethe. Goethe staying around the outside, and Lindblad and Boyer making battles. Oh, this is fantastic stuff. This is what we love about Australia. It gives us this chaotic racing.
Formula 3 last year was entertaining, this year's on a completely new level. We're about to get another battle for the lead. Stenchorn's going to try again with DRS.
He goes down the inside line, have the inside in towards turn number 1, and he's going to get the lead, but that's going to give Van Hopen the exit. Look at that, Steinshaw goes wide. Van Hopen's going to get in the toe of the DRS, but he hasn't got it. Steinshaw will use the DRS to go defensive. Van Hopen pulls to the outside line, trying to keep it on the brakes around the outside to turn 3, hasn't worked out, and the 2 Red Bull cars going side by side. That's going to be Lindblad, Goethe, Boyer in there too. Take a breath, Formula 3. You're only 4 laps old, and you're already absolutely insane.
This is absolutely incredible, and with the 4 DRS zones, they're absolutely having so many opportunities. There's so many battles throughout the field, and yeah, this is absolutely exciting stuff as Laurens Van Hopen's going to have a chance to fight back. He's going to have his teammate Mansell all over the back as well, and then you have the 2 Red Bull Juniors of Lindblad and Goethe trying to go on the attack as we open DRS once again though, and Laurens Van Hopen is going to be gaining in the toe. Let's see if we can try and repass Stenchorn.
Oh, hang on, that was, I think, Mini and Follow-Only in a battle. Want to see that side by side. Van Hopen's been taking the lead. He's gone round the outside of Steinshaw. Cameron didn't really catch it that much, but Laurens Van Hopen retakes the lead away from Steinshaw as they come into the battle now, and on the inside as well, Lindblad was trying to look for a little move on the inside of Mansell. Mansell went defensive. Goethe and Boyer now on top, but we're seeing Goethe trying to pass the inside of Lindblad, the 2 Red Bull sponsored drivers of the academy, and they're not in the same team. One drives a Prema and the other doesn't. But this is absolutely fantastic stuff as they come out of the last corner. I mean, I'm tripping over my words because Van Hopen's had to go defensive. He's sliding at the back, and that's given Steinshaw the run down towards turn 1. Pulls to the inside line with the DRS. It snapshots. He takes the lead but goes too wide. Jumps over the curb, and here comes Van Hopen. Skeeting back through. He won't have DRS, but he'll be in the slipstream, and there's a problem further back. I think that was Lindblad who actually lost out. And look at that. Van Hopen had the DRS and still lost out to Steinshaw.
This is absolutely incredible, and if you are in a DRS zone, you're having to make brave moves as Fornaroli and Beganovic were doing battle. Beganovic staying behind Fornaroli, Noah Leon getting ahead of Solov as well. Lap number 5 of this race, and we've already had so much action in this one. Definitely more action than we're going to get in F1. This is absolutely incredible stuff, completely on another level, and we still don't have to start replays. Joseph Loke has dropped down the order, and Luke Browning is in the pit lane.
Yep, more problems for Luke Browning. His weekend going from bad to worse. He's going to be hitting the steering wheel in frustration as we come round side by side, almost into the wall there, as well as we see Goethe trying to pass Lindblad for 4th position. It hasn't worked out. Trying to get to the outside line through turn 9 and 10. The new section down towards 11. We come then on the inside line, and that's going to allow Boyer to go around the outside of his teammate. And Pedrin's come out of nowhere, locks up, and nearly makes contact as well.
Tried to make it 3 wide, did Nikita Bedrin. That's going to put him on the back foot because Mini is going to be all over the back. Is he going to throw a late lunge coming into turn number 13? Is anyone going to be able to throw a late lunge? Seems like they're all going to follow each other down towards turn number 1, and Stenshaw on this lap might finally be able to breathe as he's got a bit of a gap, and Van Hopen's going to have to worry about his teammate as well. 15 laps to go in this race as we make our way down towards turn number 1. They're all still super close together. Let's see who's going to be making some moves. Bedrin is going to be looking to also get involved as Boyer now is going to try and put some pressure on his teammate as we make our way down towards turn 3, and that's close as you see Lindblad trying to make a move to the inside.
That's late. That's going to be contacted. They're not careful. And just about given enough room as well. Mansell holding off as we see Goethe and Boyer side by side. Goethe hasn't made a way through. I think Zagazita's dropped down to 20th there because Medikafu and Sakuta got up the order. Here's Mansell. And we haven't seen a replay at the start. You're right. It's been too chaotic. This was Mansell up to 3rd.
Yep. So he had a big lock-up here as well. So he was just making his way through. But it's been so chaotic that we just haven't also been able to have time for a replay of the start.
And round the outside, we're now seeing as well Lindblad trying to get ahead of Mansell in towards turn 9 at the same time. Boyer and Goethe in a battle, and it's Boyer who's gone ahead of Goethe. Fantastic stuff here in Australia. And they're running together. Now, I think also the lead is starting to get away. Is that the inside? It's going to be a bit defensive there from Goethe against his teammate. Boyer's going to be under pressure. Look at that! Right round the outside. Bedrin's going to take the pair of them. And Bedrin's in the gravel.
Bedrin pushed off there a tiny bit. Mini, is he going to throw a nose in there? He's not, and he's going to lose some momentum. Could put him under pressure as well as we make our way towards Fornaroli trying to make a move. On board we go with Dino Beganovic as he tries to pick his way through the next few cars in the train. You've got Fornaroli in there, but they were all over the road, and Bedrin was off there. That is absolutely incredible.
Down we go in towards turn number 1 once again as a move further back. As we see Vert trying to pass around the outside of Joshua Dufek as well, and that's also going to give him pressure to Leon. Leon's got the inside line and nearly runs into the side actually of Vert as they come down towards turn 3. He's going to do the inside line. That's a very late changeover. Did that make sense? No, because they've cut pictures mid-overtake. And we're trying to rejoin the order where they are. It's Bedrin and Gabriel Mini in a battle. So what happened to Vert, Leon and Dune? Here's a replay of earlier on in that lap, and that was the battle up front with Boyer. And round the outside, as we saw off the track, went Bedrin.
Yep, let's hear from him.
Yep, we saw it.
Yep, absolutely. As well then, here we go. More side by side as Boyer gets ahead of Mansell.
Is Mansell going to try and fight back into turn 10? No, he's not. Wow, 7 laps of 20. Absolutely amazing stuff as they come down once again. Sprint racing in Australia as well. I can't wait for F2 later.
Yeah, that's going to be thrilling. That's going to be absolutely incredible. Here comes Beganovic to the inside of Fornaroli.
And he's going to run it a bit too deep as well. Is Fornaroli going to get the cutback? Yes, he is. And Beganovic is going to lose another place, so he's trying to have a go. And then he's going to get back. It's off the track. Fornaroli's in the gravel. He's gone straight off. The understeer is crazy out there. As that instant got noted by the stewards. Lost about 3 places. Now he's going to lose out to Wirtz as well, the inside line, and Leon.
Yeah, Leon able to get through, and here we go then. Down the straight, he could lose out to Duna as well as we make our way towards turn 1 as Goethe is also in a battle, and in the background, Dunn's getting very close to Fornaroli as he tries to dive to the inside of Bedouin locks up.
Bedouin locks up, and that's allowed Mini to go back. Mini's come through for 7th position. Beganovic trying to go through as well around the outside. Montoya, Wirtz, Leon, all in a battle. Get ready as they come into turn 3. Beganovic is stuck around the outside. Bedouin goes defensive. Montoya is on the back of him as well to try and get an overtake. This is brilliant stuff in FIA Formula 3 as we come down towards turn 6 and 7. Stanshall leads, put out 1.8 seconds now, Emmy, so I reckon Van Hopen's tyres have gone.
Yeah, definitely Van Hopen's tyres could have gone, and he's going to be coming under pressure by Lindblad, who could possibly try also chase after Stenshall, and as Mini is going to now try and make a move at Mansell. Let's see if he's going to be able to go round the outside.
Gonna hold it together. Let's have a look here as we come through. Mini. No, can't get through. Mansell will hold on. We're on board with him looking back. Mini had a slight bad exit. Here's Mansell's radio.
In the start of the race, I got hit, and my left rear's never been the same.
And he's off the track. Mansell got massive understeer there, and he's let Mini go through. And now we're seeing Bedouin on the inside as well. Yeah, look, it's gone. I think it's suspension failure for Mansell.
Yep, absolutely. As one of the Red Bull Juniors locked up there, I believe that could have been Goethe. They're all over the road. That's a bit wide for Noah. Leon in the background as Montoya gets ahead of Mansell and Wirtz. Charlie Wirtz is also going to try and make a move. Here comes Arvid Lindblad, though, for second position as well. He's going to try make the move very, very shortly, and they're still all now getting past. Unfortunate, though, in Mansell's home race.
Yep, and not the way you want to do it here in Australia, but Mansell's rear tyres are going as we're seeing a move. Lindblad on Van Hopen on the inside line, and Van Hopen can't fight back. The sun's breaking through the clouds here in Australia with the rain in the air. So that's a little bit of stuff for... And look at Lindblad again. He's doing what he did in Bahrain, carving his way through the field. No further action for Boyer and Bedouin at turn 11. But this is what Lindblad did in Bahrain, Omi. He's just calm and concise and will go, go, go.
Arvid Lindblad is really, really good. Has been really good so far this season and doing it once again. Let's see if he can chase Martinez Stenshall right now, who is at the head of the pack by 2.7 seconds. He's first of all got to shake off Lawrence Van Hopen, which can be a little bit hard to do with the 4 DRS zones as well. Even if you might have the pace on your rival, just because of the DRS, you might be under a little bit of pressure come the next few corners as well. But Arvid Lindblad's going to try and pull away and see if he can chase after Stenshall, and he's got around half more. He's got around 50% of the race still to go. 50% is done as Megatuniv gets past Solar as well, and they're all still battling as Fornaroli has lost out. And that's a lock up by Lindblad, but he's going to be able to gather that one.
Luke Browning has left the pit lane, by the way. He did that. Actually, he said he was only in there for 5 seconds, so that's not too bad early on in the race. Although that was, yeah, so he was in there a lot longer than that. But Browning's back out on the track. Only 27 can fit into the 30 on the world feed screen. At least we've got it. Browning's a lap down at the back. Solov's dropped down to 21st position. We're watching Beganovic under pressure from Montoya and Wirtz. And Beganovic gets a big slide through turn 1. Montoya will have the DRS as he pulls down towards the first turn 3 braking spot for an overtake. No, they're all being a bit too calm now as we reach half distance because they've got to make the tyres last. I think they've all blown them up in the first half.
With other in driving, definitely is the case as well.
Whoa!
Oh my god, that was close to last year. That's Tommy Smith over the curb, and we saw on the opposite side last year for the lead, but Tommy Smith just about gathering it together. But that was 3 wide, very nearly 4 wide, not separated by anything were those cars.
Why are sausage curbs a factor? Honestly, that's the question I want to know. Why are they here in Junior Formula and even Formula 1?
Yep, of course, caused the big accident at Silverstone, didn't it, a few years ago?
Yeah.
With Nissani there.
Can't remember who he ran into, though, off the top of my head. Oh, and look at that! Beganovic jumped up, and then Montoya jumped up at the exit curve of turn 11. So it's still a problem as they just run along the curb. As soon as you get on the exit curb here in Australia, it's like you're on rail tracks. They'll just drag you along. We saw it happen to Max Verstappen in practice, and he damaged his floor. He had to have a new one before practice 2 as a lock-up further back as well for, I think, Tuminazzi and Zakazita doing the same thing. As we come down 10 laps to go here, we're more than halfway now in the sprint race in Australia. Beganovic is under pressure from Montoya. Montoya, using lessons from his father, will go to the inside line and outbrake into turn 1. Montoya cuts off. It's exactly like his dad taught him on moves against Schumacher in 2002, and Montoya's made it stick. But Beganovic fighting back. Montoya does the same thing. I'm watching his dad. I'm honestly watching his dad as Wirtz, who's son of... that's unfortunately a very Alexander Wirtz move, making contact mid-corner. And so it looks like Wirtz is like father, like son as well. Beganovic understeering into him, but Wirtz round the outside.
Yeah, Wirtz around the outside of Dino Beganovic as well, as Cian Shields has moved up to 27th position. They're all still battling. He's moved up to 25th, so it's all chaos at the back of the field with a few of the bottom drivers. This was the move then all the way around the outside. Beganovic running the car though very wide.
Ooh.
And Charlie Wirtz, that was close to contact. Beganovic lucky to keep it in a straight line, but Charlie Wirtz was able to fight a way through. And here is the battle continuing. We're about to get the battle for the lead soon because Lindblad, as I mentioned, closing the gap. 1.6 seconds. It was 2.9 at some point, and now it's 1.7, and it's going to be getting even closer as we make our way towards the end of this race.
Dude's
Here comes Ben.
on the inside of Leon and makes the move stick at turn 11. That's a nice outbreaking manoeuvre. I think Juan Pablo Montoya is here this weekend. I think he's going to be very proud of his son, Sebastian, because that was literally moves from his father. I remember watching that 2002 race with him and Michael Schumacher battling it out on restarts and side-by-side manoeuvres. Schumacher eventually got the better of him, but that was a move worthy of him. As Montoya now under pressure. No, that's Montoya passing Bedrin into turn 1. Montoya's making all the moves today, and he's working with that of, as we said earlier on, with Leon coming through as well. This is fantastic. Wirtz coming in there too and slipping up the inside. What's going on here?
Absolutely.
Sons working together.
Absolutely. As well then, they're still pushing on 1.3 seconds now for the lead. So Lindblad continuing to close it in. And when he gets inside the 1 second, he's going to be right on the back with the 4 DRS zones around this circuit. Lap number 12 out of 20. Finally starting to calm down a little bit compared to the first 5 laps that we had at the start. But it's about to get even more exciting with this battle for the lead. Stenshall is not going to want to give it up. Lindblad, we saw he's definitely one fighter, and he's going to go all in to try to take this. As we see, Travenitz and Mansell and Noah Leon not separated by anything. They were all doing battle, and Lindblad almost inside the 1 second, so he's going to be getting DRS as Van Hopen slightly wide in the background, but continuing on.
Not trying to curse or anything, but how has this race not had a safety car period? They have been side by side, and it's Formula 3.
To be honest, I wouldn't mind one. It would punch everyone up and then we'd go crazy again for another 5 laps, so I don't mind. I want action.
Zakazita is side by side as well with Vosin. Solov passes Esterson further back in the field as well. So they're all just starting to tick over here. Just checking that everything's correct on the timing screen. Yes, it is. Good. 12 laps complete of the 20. 1 lap 13. And this is Forlaroli. This was what you were on about earlier on. Oh, hello. And he's been let through there. Oh, hello. That was a weird problem then. Just dropping back. So Forlaroli's down to 12th now. Beganovic didn't come through.
Yep, absolutely. And we have Sophia Flash in 21st. 20th, maybe? Side by side with Dufek? No, 21st.
Yeah, nearly close, but lost out a little bit. This should be arguably a better circuit for Sophia. It's a street circuit. It's a sort of speciality compared to that of Bahrain, although she always runs better at the European races when we get there. Imola will be the first. I think Formula 3 now takes a break until the next time out, which will be at Monza.
So does Formula 2. And here comes Beganovic.
That's going
to go around the outside of Bedrin.
Go on, go on, go on. He's done it round the outside of turn 9.
Lovely.
Oh, brilliant. On an old tyres from Bogdanovic as well. And now we're going to see Dune and Bedrin battling it out as well. Bedrin goes defensive. Dune's on the grass. Oh, he nearly was in that wall for a second time this weekend.
Yeah, this time in the race though, but he's still trying to make that move. He's still trying to get past the Bedrin, blocking it off there. But yeah, after this race, it's a 2-month gap for Formula 3 and Formula 2. I don't know how we're going to live without this series with just Formula 1.
You could say it was almost Dune Part 2.
Yes.
That's the last time I'm saying it like that. As they come out the last corner. Across the line we go. Bedrin in 9th position. This is the battle over the last points paying positions in 8th. So this is outside of it as well because Wirtz and Montoya have got that one covered. But you're right about the fight for the lead between Steinshaw and Lindblad. 7/10 of a second now the gap. He's pulled in 1.1 seconds over the past 4 laps as Tim Chiminazzi for MP try and have a go as into the pit lane comes Noel Leon. His race might be over and Chiminazzi trying to look up the inside line. Not going to work out. Yep, yellow flag's out. Where? Oh! Into turn 1 and out of the race goes into Provozak.
Yep.
And he had contact. Is that with Tommy Smith? Because it's not with Nicky. And
We'll have to see Buddy's beach, so this will be a safety car then.
It is a safety car.
Safety car.
It is a safety car. You're spot on. Safety car has been deployed. So now this will bunch the field up with not many laps remaining. Exactly what we needed, and your wish is Formula 3's command.
Absolutely. Lindblad was just about to take the lead before that came out, so he'll have to do it now on the restart with more drivers in contention. So it's going to be pass or repassed on this restart when we do get going. But Tassanopoulos into Provozak has had contact down at the first corner, and we have the Aston Martin safety car that will be making its first appearance here for Formula 3. I'm sure we'll be getting some in the future tomorrow as well.
Once you know into Provozak's name and into Provozak, you get it. It's easy. It's easy. You don't.
Yeah.
You don't. It's actually quite simple. But everyone was like, "How do we pronounce this?" Let's have a look how it happened then. So watch further back. So ahead is Tommy Smith, and I've got a feeling into Provozak might just drop it on his own.
Let's see. So he's going to go to the inside. He has Tommy Smith, the Van Amersfoort alongside. He goes ahead into the braking zone. Does he get a tap by Tommy Smith? He does. Who locks up?
So yeah, now I think that might actually be the fault of Inter Provozak because he's cut across Tommy Smith in the braking zone. Tommy Smith had nowhere to go. It's a very late cut-off. Inter Provozak had room on the inside. He didn't need to cut him off. Watch here, because look, he's going to get the move done, and then he just chops across him and then brake tests him. I don't think Tommy Smith had that, in my opinion, is Inter Provozak's fault, not Tommy Smith.
Yeah, we'll see what the stewards say about that because they can have some questionable decisions all the time, really. Only 3 plays for Solov. I know everyone on social media has been going crazy about that one as well. But yeah, when we all looked at the grid and the names, we all thought it was hard, but even in Bahrain practice, I felt like pretty confident that I knew all of them. So, you know, now it's like any other season. So it's all good enough.
Synthol will be joining us for the feature races tomorrow alongside Richie. Omi will get a very well-deserved break because I've got a feeling he might be on call for quite a lot today. So, lap 15 of 20. The safety car shouldn't be out for too long. They've got an excellent recovery service down there at turn 1. And Smith and Inter Provozak's incident has been noted by the shows, but in my opinion, Inter Provozak had the inside line. He had the position. He could have made the corner, decided to cut Tommy Smith off in the braking zone, then stamped on the brakes. That's not how you do it. Because otherwise, what was Tommy Smith expected to do? I couldn't have braked in that distance. That was not Tommy Smith's fault. That is 100% Inter Provozak's fault. He cut him off. Yeah, he just don't do it. He brake tested, basically.
Yep, and Stenshaw now leading the field. The fans starting to come in, getting ready for FP3 as well. That is coming up after this, and of course getting to enjoy this Formula 3 race. Cannot wait for Formula 2 later on today. That's going to be exciting as well. That is definitely going to be super exciting. The racing in Bahrain and Jeddah was all thrilling, and here with 4 DRS, I don't even know what's going to happen. I think it's going to be absolutely mental stuff, as now the car is going to be taken off then. The circuit down at turn number 1, and we will be going racing once again with everyone bunched up, and I think maybe all of that chaos to come once again.
Yep, indeed. And this is going to be great because Formula 3 now takes a month break, same as F2, as you said. The next time the two series will be together will be at Imola for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix weekend on the 17th to the 19th of May. So that's going to be very exciting. There's Road to F3 for Martinez Steinshaw. He was the 2023 Formula Regional Race GP, the team he finished second in F4 Italy. Van Alphen Racing finished 7th in 2022. 2021 he was in karting in the Euro Series for the Rosberg Racing Academy. Remember Nico Rosberg, the driver who beat Lewis Hamilton and Equal Machinery in the 2016 World Champion? Yeah, that one. Could just say the 2016 World Champion, but I don't know.
Absolutely.
I'll throw him a cap.
High tech currently watching on them, getting ready for this restart, hoping they can take victory. Don't know what their F2 drivers will be able to do later on. Cordial binned the car, of course, yesterday. Paul Aaron was close to doing the same. And let's see then how this is going to go on this restart that will be coming up soon. What have we found?
Tramanizzi is been summoned to the stewards for alleged potential breach of Article 24.15 of the FIA Formula 2 Sport and Regulations. Potential inability to use at least one set of each specification of dry weather tyres during the feature race, which is race 2. That's tomorrow. So
safety car
that's Jack
is
Crawford.
ending this.
Yeah. So that's Jack Crawford who's going to be in trouble. Oh dear. Right.
Here we go, though.
3-lap fight to the end. No, 4. 17, 18, 19, 20.
Yep.
Count that up on. Lindblad wanted that gap to come down. He saved his tyres. Steinshaw was leading. Van Hopen is on older tyres. Montoya and Wirtz's battle's still down. Beganovic is going to drop 2. He's on old tyres. I'm just looking as well. Green flag. We can go racing, but there's no overtaking until the start-finish line. And we're coming through turn 11. And Steinshaw's hit the pedal. Nobody can overtake though, so that's a very long run-up. That's going to give Lindblad a great run into turn 1. Usually you hit it here, exit at turn 13 and 14. That's very bizarre, because there's the line that you can restart from, and that's going to give actually Van Hopen a run on Lindblad. We're racing again here in Australia. And actually Steinshaw's got the restart. He's going to try and break that toe. DRS enabled next time around. So this first lap is just going to be follow me leader a little bit, but Van Hopen's right on the back of Lindblad and might actually go for a move down to turn 3.
Definitely could, or maybe later on down the lap as well. Seems like they've all been able to make it through on this restart though. Stenshorn still the leader as we go down to the braking zone. Let's see who's going to be going for some moves.
Bedrin.
As Beganovic was being put under pressure.
Yeah, and I think Bedrin, Bedrin's got ahead of Beganovic, and yeah, I knew that was going to be a problem because Beganovic was sliding everywhere. He's dropped down to 9th position now, and he's battling with Wirtz. He's sliding everywhere. He's fighting for control mid-corner. He's lifting everywhere, so I'm hopeful he'll be okay. He's staying in the toe, though. The toe's going to help big time.
Yeah, and Lindblad looking super close as well to Stenshorn still, even without the DRS. Here comes Beganovic, though. He's going to go down the outside line. Let's see if he's going to be able to make the move before the corner or even later on the brakes down to turn number 9. He made this move earlier on. He's going to try it once again all the way around the outside, turning it to the inside, and he'll get that position. Great stuff from Beganovic.
Oh, and fighting to the inside. Here comes Bedrin getting ahead of Wirtz. Wirtz being completely caught out there. He's now dropped 2, maybe 3 places as Dune's going to go for a run on the inside. Beganovic under pressure for Bedrin. Wirtz goes around the outside. Dune's coming through. Forlaroli going to make it. And so is Mansell with that rear suspension problem. He's dropped out too. Black and white flag for car 8 as well. Well, we don't know. Track limits. Okay. So that's for Sutra as well, who's been given that penalty. And he's down in 20th position.
Also be past stuff right now then. 3 laps to go in this race. Beganovic still being put under pressure. And we currently still are making our way through. Bedrin is going to be all over the back and trying to make the move of Beganovic. How close can Lindblad remain to Stenshorn? He'll be getting the assistant of DRS, as you can get confirmation on the top of your screen if you are synced up with us, as we also do have battling all throughout the field still, and we are...
Esterson, black flag as well, black and white flag. Oh,
There you go.
hello, yeah, hello. Can you hear me? I'll dance around for
Yeah.
you because you can see me good. Just a little glitch there as they run in. So black and white flag for Esterson for track limits. It was black flag originally on my time screen. I was like, what's he been disqualified for? But that was when the glitch came in, so probably it's just the system's throwing us a bone. Lindblad
There you
is
go with Lindblad.
he's going to have it. He's going to have it. Come on. He's going to have the DRS down towards turn 11. He'll start the slipstream. Now it opens. Steinshaw's going to have to go defensive here because Lindblad's got a fantastic run into that braking zone. Is he going to go for it? Yeah, he's going to go for it. On the inside, Steinshaw goes defensive and he has to pull around the outside. That's very late. But here comes Van Hopen. Here comes Boyer Goethe. Oh, yes. Yes, we've got a race on our hands for the end.
I can finally see how excited Josh is while watching a Formula 3 race as well. But this is getting really, really exciting. Stenchon going to be under all sorts of pressure. He'll make his way out of the final corner. Lindblad's going to be attacking. And if Lindblad doesn't do this to perfection, he could have Lawrence Van Hopen also on the attack. On to the penultimate lap of the race we go.
Bird at the side of the track just watching the action as well as they come into the braking zone. Coming in, Gabriel Mini. We've got that down to Montoya. 7-way fight for the lead here with 2 to go in Albert Park. DRS open. Lindblad's going to get in the slipstream. He's not going to do it to turn 3. It's too heavy a braking zone, too short a straight to make that gap up. Bogdanovic and Bedrin, Bogdanovic just fighting for that last points paying position. Chiminazzi incident for safety car infringement has been noted by the stewards. That'll be an automatic investigation as now Steinshaw's really starting to panic because he's got 3 DRS zones in the space of, 3 straights. And I don't like the look of this because Lindblad's going to be right on him.
Yep, it could even be a last lap move, and that would be absolutely incredible to decide, and maybe even last few corners. That would be an incredible, that would be absolutely incredible if that is the case right now. However, we're about to get some more battling as here comes Mary Boyer trying to go round the outside.
And he's almost into the wall down at turn 12. That's going to be very tight. They're both sliding mid-corner, and how did they not make contact? Unbelievable stuff, and look at that, round the outside, Goethe's going to make the move, he gets ahead of Boyer, 3 wide, in towards turn 11, Gabriel Mini goes left, goes right, has to stay on the inside, Boyer goes through, Goethe locks up as well. Meantime at the front, the gap now 0.4 of a second between Steinshaw and Lindblad. And here comes Montoya.
Lindblad, have a little look. Yeah, it's still so close between the two. Though Mini dives to the inside. That is really close by Mini trying to get past Goethe. That was really, really close between the two of them. Lindblad had a little look on the inside of Central and he couldn't make the move. He's got 1 lap to make this move. The gap is 0.8 of a second.
Final lap, the call of the sprint race, which has been absolutely non-stop action as well. It's turn 1. We've got around about a, 13, 14 fight for the lead. They're all within a second of each other. 11 cars across the timing line within a second of each other as they come out down towards turn 3. DRS Train City. Bogdanovic trying to go for 7th around the outside of Montoya. Lockups further up as well. Bogdanovic throws it in. Montoya stays defensive. Bogdanovic will keep his foot down on the inside line. Gabriel Mini's just ahead. He's going to force him off the track. Montoya goes wide. Bogdanovic goes wide. Here comes Bedrin coming into position as well. He can't make a way through. And now Steinshaw's got the gap to 0.9 of a second. And over a second.
Stenchon, it seems like he'll survive. Yeah, it's outside 1 second now as well. So maybe the lockup was from Lindblad. He has lost a lot of time, and Stenchon may have been let off on this final lap and might be on his way to his first victory in FIA Formula 3.
And look, there's Forlaroli. He's having a battle with Dune over 10th position. There's contact between the two. Nearly, and that was really a big one. Dune needs to lift off a little bit there. Forlaroli nearly made contact as you see Goethe and Boyer battling out. And Kasper Sutra's got a penalty as well, presumably for track limits. And off goes Montoya, jumping over the track. And that allows Bedrin into the last points paying position. Goethe goes for the inside line. Boyer goes defensive. Dune's up to 9th. Montoya down to 10th. Bedrin in the last points paying position. But Martinez Steinshaw is going to win as he will come out of the last corner in just his 3rd weekend and 5th Formula 3 race. He's done a masterclass on a safety car restart. Steinshaw wins a stellar sprint down under. Lindblad 2nd. Van Hopen 3rd. Boyer and Goethe and Bogdanovic at the line got past Mini. Team orders maybe with the 2 Premers. Bedrin, Dune, Montoya the top 10. Bedrin getting the last point. Forlaroni in 11th. Wow. Everyone moaning about the time zones, ourselves included, from the commentary box about how early these races are. But he can't deny Formula 3 just works in Australia.
It absolutely does. Formula 3 and Formula 2 are just absolutely fantastic. But that was great stuff by Sten Sean in only his third race in Formula 3. His second round, of course, as well. Absolutely incredible stuff by him there. And let's see then with Beganovic, this was the final lap of the race as well. And is he gonna throw one to the inside? You can see some battling up ahead. Mini trying to go round the outside. He's gonna be shoveled out wide. Beganovic senses his opportunity. Now we'll try dive to the inside. Mini on the outside will just not get the traction of the corner. Beganovic puts his foot to the floor and takes the place.
Great stuff from Beganovic at the line. Getting ahead of Gabriel Mini. Pickup included now to get all the debris onto the tyres to make sure they pass Weybridge. Let's hear from our race winner.
4 points in the sprint race.
There you go, drive, mate. There you go, drive. What was that race?
Could be the. He sounds happy, but I was expecting a little bit more like punch the air style. Josh T's been in the pit lane watching that one. What did you make of that race?
It was an absolutely incredible race, wasn't it, guys? And let's hear from Lim.
Well done, I think it was a good effort. Attacking all race. Good job, that's P2. Yeah, copy, mate. Good race.
Yeah, go on, GT.
It was an incredible race, as I said, and hopefully we'll get something like that tomorrow for the feature race and in F2 a little bit later on. The next up is F1 Practice 3.
Absolutely amazing. And let's hear from Van Hopen.
You can't get enough of the podiums on the Saturday, huh? Apparently I like it, but let's make sure that next week or next time we have a podium on the Sunday. I like that one much more, I think.
I just hope we get to see the podium ceremony. Should do. Sky don't come on air until 1:10 apparently. So we should be A-OK to continue on.
Oh, it's practice at 1:30? Oh.
Yeah, 1:30. Yeah.
Okay. A bit more closer to the F3 this time than some of the European rounds. Yeah.
That's because they've got to get the Porsches and I think a supercar race in at some point as well, so everything's rushed up.
I like it that way though. We just have constant action.
Yeah, a lot better, a lot better for an F3 weekend. The party in the park, they call this race. As you can see, why? Top three will go down to the podium right at the end of the pit lane and pull into victory lane. Martin Steinshaw victorious here in the sprint race. Arvid Lindblad second. Lawrence Van Hopen finishes in third place. Let's see the celebrations from a first-time winner in Formula 3. Stands on top of the car and lets it out. A little bit of a double fist pump as well to the air. Hugs and handshakes all round. What a race. Brilliant drive. And he pulled out 1.6 seconds in 4 laps only as well. That's just unbelievable after safety car restart.
And lap, to be honest, as well. It was all just done on the last lap, so that was incredible stuff by Sten Sean. Deserved winner here. And what a race that we had. Great stuff by Lindblad as well to push him all the way. But yeah, what a way, what a Formula 3 race that was. Cannot wait for the F2 one later. I think that could be even more exciting and chaotic. So cannot wait for that. But we've got an FP3 in between to go as well. And then we'll of course have the F2 sprint. So that's going to be really exciting. And maybe, and then also F1 qualifying. Hopefully that will be good as well. Where hopefully Ferrari can challenge Red Bull and maybe some other teams can get involved as well.
To answer your question, guys.
Yep.
The supercars qualifying was before this F3 sprint race, but the supercars and Porsche race follows directly after F1 qualifying.
Ah, so it's later on tonight.
There's nothing in between everything that we've got on.
Unusual, but okay. Suppose that's because it's on Superview now, so
Yeah.
supercars get a bit more priority. But yeah, they got kicked out their own paddock here for F3 and F2. I don't think people are minding though. 5 race series on one weekend, and it's giving us an absolute barnstormer. Everything is good. Since they modified this track, it just works again. It's got some of the old magic back that it had in the early noughties as well.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, the just the addition of F2 and F3 has been absolutely phenomenal. It's definitely added and just created the ultimate weekend really, all throughout. And especially for us in the UK, it's very, very fun all night. Just at least you have constant action. I don't like the ones where you have a bit and then you have a long little break where you have to just try stay awake, where you have nothing to do. So
Japan
here you
springs to
have
mind.
plenty of action. Yeah, I remember Japan last year. That was me and you did the Friday, didn't we?
Yes, yeah.
For FP1, FP2.
Oh,
And of course,
there's Johnny Herbert. He's the steward this weekend, of course.
with all of the schedules in Australia, it's a Thursday to Sunday format. But
Wednesday
in
as
the UK,
well. Yeah, Wednesday.
it's Wednesday, yeah. So it's a massive week at Albert Park every single year.
I think if there's one race we need to cover on site, I think it's Australia. Really bizarrely, it would cost an absolute fortune to do, but I think actually 2 races on site, Australia and Silverstone. I think that they're sort of now I think the 2 major races of the year in terms of just pure party atmosphere. Japan, I would like to do as well. Actually, that's great. Let's hear from the top 3. They're in the cool down.
Let's have a listen into our drivers then, shall
I
we?
was also about to go in 11 just when the safety car came.
And the DRS was so powerful in the beginning.
So much, like it was insane.
But mate, do you not feel it like through the whole way?
Yeah, you're almost like you're neutral for sure. Like
mate,
your
I'm
swing was
opposite
straight.
lot.
Yeah.
Even through like into like 10 to 11, that small kink, I'm almost opposite lock. At one point I was like, thinking DRS is really bad for my rears here. But yeah.
In the beginning, I was struggling so much. Like in the beginning, compared to you, like I was like all quarters, I was like this, and then in the end, it started to be like a bit better, or like it stayed the same, but you guys started to have a bit more.
But I degged hard. After lap 2, I already felt I was like, oh my god, because I was behind Goethe, and I was like, I want to go now, and then I was like, oh my god, this is going to be a long race. But yeah.
The safety car helped a lot to get the tires off.
For the first 8-9 laps, I didn't look at my time, and then I looked, I was like 38, 39, I was like, oh my god.
In the end, I was doing like 40. I think.
I did 40.5, I think, the lap before safety car.
Yeah.
It was fun.
I think I touched the wall in T5 from most of the lap.
You were just letting me by in the beginning so you could overtake me again.
There's the top 3 then. Always nice to hear as they'll come on to the podium ceremony. So much action. So much intrigue for this remaining weekend. Formula 2 sprint race coming up after the F1 third practice. It's all go here as we get ready for the podium ceremony. Ferrari back as the champagne supplier after the last 2 weekends of having non-alcoholic champagne on the podium. Proper champagne time can be given for the first time this year, an alcoholic beverage. And we're in Australia as well, which the alcoholic laws are practically very, very different. They really know how to do a race over here in Australia, I'll give them that. Never a dull moment. The Norwegian and he'll get the sprint race trophy for P1. What can he do tomorrow in the race as well? Constructors go through as well for high tech. Second position, nearly getting a bit confused there on the podium. Arvid Lindblad again, another podium for the young British lad in his second weekend. And third for Lawrence van Hopen as well. And now for the first time this year in an FIA category on a Grand Prix weekend, it's real, it's champagne time! Ah, yes. We had the non-alcoholic stuff in Bahrain and Saudi Arabia, but there's nothing better than a proper champagne spray on a morning here in Australia. I mean, what did you make of that race?
That was absolutely incredible. Great to, of course, have Formula 3 back after 3 weeks break. But yeah, the feature race is going to be exciting tomorrow, but that was a great sprint race, especially the start of it. Definitely exciting. Let's see how the feature race does go tomorrow as well. Bit of a disappointing race, of course, for Luke Browning, finding himself out the Champions Leader coming into this one. So unfortunate for Browning. We'll see how he gets on tomorrow. But congratulations to Stenchel. Came under all sorts of pressure from start to finish, and also had to contend for the lead at the start a lot. So well done to him, and well done to Lindblad and Lawrence van Hopen, who gets on the podium once again.
Josh T, watching in the pit lane. First time actually been able to watch a race from F3 live. It's been on a Saturday. What did you make of it?
Yeah, it was an incredible race, and hope to see more of it as the season develops and as the weekend develops here at Albert Park as well. But it's been a good start to the racing we cover here at Albert Park.
20 minutes to go then. We'll be on air in about 10 minutes time. All set to go for the F1 third practice session. Here's your results in full. Martinez Steinshaw is victorious from Arvin Lindblad and Lawrence van Hopen. Mario Boreoli Goethe, Dino Beganovic, Gabriel Mini, Nikita Bedrin rounds up the points. From Alexander Dune and Sebastian Montoya having the top 10. There's Leonardo Foloroni, Christian Mansell, Charlie Verds, Tim Chiminazzi, Joseph Loke, Martin Sakazita, Samuel Dekafu, from Callum Vosin, Max Esterson, Sophia Flörsch in 20th. 21st for Nicola Solov, 22nd Joshua Dufek, Peter Wisnicki 23rd, Kasper Sutra in 24th, Tommy Smith 25th, Santiago Ramos 26th, Clan Shields 27th, and Luke Browning down in 28th position. Tanasipol Interprovizak went off at the gravel. He was our first caution as well of the weekend, and Noel Leon finished in 30th, retired in the pit lane on lap 12, a lap before. Not much else to add then from this opener for FIA Formula 3. An absolute classic here in Melbourne once again. Tomorrow the feature race for Formula 3, but coming up here in a few moments time we've got the F1 third practice session. We're in about 5 minutes time on air for that, so quick turnaround for us here in the comms box. Then after this we will have full action from the F2 sprint race. Then it'll be time for F1 qualifying and a couple of hours break before MotoGP gets underway with free practice 2 and qualifying. Then we will have the first Moto E race of the year. After that we'll have the Tissot sprint for MotoGP. And later on this evening as well, 2 test sessions for IndyCar at the Thermal Club, then followed by qualifying later on with Josh T and Tom Dillon, and trackside will be Jackson Ambrose, and then we'll be live for all the action in about, 18 hours. We'll be back for the feature race of F3, and then going on for the F2 feature, F1 Grand Prix Sunday. MotoGP warm-up will then follow with Moto 3 and then Moto 2, and MotoGP's main race, followed then immediately by IndyCar's Thermal Club, and NASCAR rounds out the weekend. An unmissable first race of the weekend here from Australia, a classic from start to finish. We'll see you next time when Formula 3 wakes up in 18 hours' time. Bye-bye.